South African car consumers can be likened to coffee drinkers. On the one hand, you get this camp, the 20 Rand per shot espresso drinkers and the cappuccino, frappe, mocha, latte with pumpkin spice. These guys are your BMW and Audi drivers. They like to savor the experience and smell the aromas, and at the same time they like to really be immersed in the coffee experience. And on the other hand, you get these guys who simply want to wake up in the morning. They're not too worried about frills. These are your Datsun Go's and Renault Kwid drivers. They simply want to get from A to B. But what if I told you that you can now get an espresso at a record low price? Starting at 135,000 Rand, this is the cheapest new car you can buy in South Africa right now. The question is it cheap and cheerful? Let's take a drive to find out. So first impressions, we can say yes, this car is cheap and cheerful. It's powered by a 1-litre 3-cylinder engine that produces 50 kilowatts and 90 newton meters of torque. And that does not seem like much, but we need to remember that this car weighs just over 1,000 kilograms. And as a result, it does give you quite zippy performance in the city without having to really break a sweat. Overall ride quality is one of the better ones I've experienced in a car of this size. Road impurities are absorbed quite nicely, although you do hear quite a lot of road noise because we are riding on skinny tires. This car boasts a ground clearance of 180 millimeters, which is quite high for a vehicle like this. But as a result, you do notice quite a lofty ride and some body roll when you do turn corners quite quickly. One of the most important things we need to talk about is safety, which is a crucial thing for a buyer in this segment. You'll be happy to know that this car does have ABS, EBD and dual front airbags. As good as that is, it's not the best in the segment, as the Peugeot 108 comes equipped with 6 airbags. As has become the norm in this segment, there is no height and reach adjustment in the seat and steering wheel, which leaves you with quite a compromised driving position, especially considering the fact that we've got quite a narrow windscreen. So let's talk about the inside of the Suzuki Espresso. Bear in mind, this is where you're going to be spending all of your time in this car. And the first thing I notice is this mini-esque kind of design in the face here. And this is quite impressive because you've got a touchscreen radio here with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Going down, you've got your electric windows and your air conditioning.
Our S Edition test unit, which retails for 147,900, also comes equipped with park distance control, a 12-volt power socket, USB port and aux input. The latter two are standard on everything but the base GL model, while it also does without the touchscreen, which is standard from the GL Plus in the range.
Even for someone of my height, getting inside the Suzuki Espresso is quite easy, because this is a city car and chances are you're going to have people sitting in the back. So it's important for them not to bonk their heads when they get inside the vehicle. The front seat is in my current driving position. So as you can see, I do have enough legroom here, which means there is enough space in the back. When it comes to headroom, however, if you're a bit taller, you might find yourself craning. If you want to crack open a window, you're going to have to go a bit old school. The last time I saw something like this was in the current generation Nissan Micra. Suzuki offers 239 litres of boot space, which works out to roughly more or less a whole Francisco. And that might come in handy for Richard if I talk too much and he decides to stow me away in the boot. Oh, and one other thing. This car comes standard with a reverse camera. Is it a Kwid? Is it a Go? No, it's a Suzuki Espresso. The reason why I say that is because I wish Suzuki did a bit more to differentiate this car between itself and the competition. One eyesore you'll notice is this big gap between the wheels and the wheel arches. I do, however, like these silver accents, which make the car look a bit more premium, and overall, the car's quite cute for a budget vehicle.
If you can splurge for our range-topping S Edition, then the front and rear skid plate, wheel arch and door cladding and silver grille garnish are all standard fitment. While Suzuki also offers a number of other accessory options to really give your Espresso that personal touch, even including a rugged exterior kit. Would you look at that?
Starting at 135,000 Rand or 6,745 shots of espresso, you soon realize that this Suzuki is quite difficult to fault. It has a 2-year 30,000 kilometer service plan and a 5-year 200,000 kilometer warranty. It drives well, has all the niceties someone in this segment would be looking for, and the safety to back it up. In short, the new Suzuki Espresso is budget done right.